guys? We're back. Welcome.
So excited to be back. I am. I love sitting with you.
We do it all the time.
I know, but it's good to record it.
I know. I've been on your podcast frequently lately.
Yeah, it's been
fun.
great.
I know.
All those have been. I actually listen to them back when you're on it. I think you and Jeff Z are the two that I listen back and go, "Oh, this is funny." I enjoy
we both say stupid shit.
Yeah, well, it's free. You guys are free speakers. You'll say whatever you'd like.
Do you hold yourself back, or you just not?
Not at all. No, but I mean, a lot of my guests do.
I can figure.
Just
that.
in general,
Yeah.
like also those guests that would hold back on my podcast also hold back in life.
Yeah.
I'll start dunking on somebody, and they'll be like, "Well,
yeah." Well, it didn't seem like when I do your podcast, you do anything differently than you would like in a normal conversation. Because obviously, I speak to you all the time outside of fucking having microphones in our face. But I think it is you don't think like I say stupid shit because it doesn't occur to me that it's fucking ridiculous to say that stuff.
Go to Jeff Dye's Friendship Podcast and listen to the Randy episodes. It's money, dude. It's so fucking.
Well, I don't even think anything of it, but like you think it's funny. I'm like, I don't know.
It's hilarious.
It's not funny to me until you laugh. Like I take it very serious.
Yeah, you're going, all right. Like I won't ruin it. You guys go.
Yeah, go check out the last week's episode. But had to have you back. I had you on the last time for the Ask Anything episode, and they loved it. They enjoyed having you. Well, the guests enjoyed hearing you on the podcast.
Yeah,
it's like, you know what? Why don't I do the Ask Anything episode with old Jeff when I have him in town?
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, how do you curate all these on Twitter or on?
It's on Instagram. So I asked my Instagram followers and the listeners, to shoot in questions, and I'd say 2/3 of them are oddly sexual or ridiculous, like would you rather.
That's great.
And then some of them are like, what do you think about gun control? It's like, fuck,
we should talk about that.
I got to get into that
because here's the thing: my opinion on any of those subjects won't matter at all. But maybe it'll be funny. Can't change shit, but maybe it'll make us laugh. That's.
I wish people realize that about their opinions. That like even if they ask you, nothing's gonna change. Like
I could have the best idea in the world, no one's using it. Yeah. They're not gonna use it, and that's true with you. Whoever's listening, you might be sitting there going, "Well, I've got some good ideas." Who cares? Go bury them in the backyard, because it's not gonna happen. Nothing's gonna change. You can't go. You can make a sign. It's not gonna do anything. So it's like the same with my opinions. You don't need to agree. Let's hope they're at least funny.
I know. That's one of the sad things about having an opinion is that I feel like unless I make it funny, no one would listen anyway.
Right.
That's kind of why I want to be a comedian. It's like, no one would listen to me unless I was entertaining them in the process.
Exactly. That's why I like making fun of these subjects, because that's the only thing I can contribute. Yeah. Maybe it'll be funny at least. It's not like my opinion on trans people is going to change shit.
All right, let's get right into the questions. We got a lot going on. All right. I'll start off light here, Jeff. Should MLB players fight like NHL players?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah, they knew you were coming on.
Do you give credit to the listeners or to the question people?
No. It's a no names basis podcast because some of the questions get real in there.
Yeah. Okay. I think that would be awesome. I watch fight videos of like sports all the time. I even like when the fans fight. I'm down for that. When I watch those YouTube videos of like fans fighting, that makes me so happy.
Well, how would you like marshal it though? Like, because I mean, hockey they have like a weird set of rules for fighting, right? Like they agree to drop the gloves, they drop the gloves,
yeah,
and then they punch until like one runs out of steam and they break it up. So there's written and unwritten rules around the fight.
Yeah,
but in baseball, like, can a guy trying to steal second just knock out the first base?
I guess here's what I'd do. I'd make it the same as hockey, whereas you let them rumble because they do rumble already. But the difference is instead of ejecting them and fining them, you get no fine. You have to sit a couple innings out. There's a penalty box.
That'd actually be good for the AAA players.
We add an MLB penalty
room, right?
box.
They have a practice squad waiting in the clubhouse in case you lose enough players to get them in there.
Yeah, you bring that goon out. You let them knock out the first baseman a little bit.
That should be in all sports.
Penalty box.
I feel like it would fix soccer, all this flopping bullshit. Because you get one tough guy that if you flop one more time, I'm going to really give you something to fucking hit the ground about.
Yeah, exactly. I love the fighting in the NHL. I feel like every year they threaten to take it away.
They keep trying to whittle it down, dude, and it's really fucked up because I'm not a fan of getting rid of that's like kind of the fabric of the fucking a real piece of the game.
Yeah,
and it keeps order. I mean, I played rugby in college, and that was a big thing about it. Like, there's only one ref on the rugby field. So they kind of meted out justice until the ref came, like amongst the players until the ref came over.
Yeah.
And you just knew certain things you didn't do. Like you didn't hit a guy who was already on the ground.
Sure.
Or else you'd get fucking stomped.
No eye pokes.
Yeah,
no fish hooks. No dick shots.
Yeah. They all fought like this.
No butt fingers. and the rest is free game. The rest is free
Butt
game.
fingers.
Yeah, no. Well, we were talking about it last week, I think, because I won't shut up about it, but you agreed, was like, why can't you ram the catcher?
Oh my God!
If
Yeah,
he's
we were
in
just
the
talking
base
about that.
path, like, you should be able to blast that guy.
Yeah.
And that used to be the way baseball worked. He's wearing armor. He's blocking the plate. If you don't block the plate, the guy will just slide or dive.
I wonder how much of this, like, getting rid of violence in sports is attributable to, like, the leagues thinking that it would be a more family-friendly sport, or it's what really it is. They don't want to hurt their investment. Like, you don't want, like, if you have a $25 million a year catcher, you don't want him getting his head fucking knocked off his shoulder.
Yeah, because it's not like fans were complaining.
No.
It must be a money thing.
Yeah, somebody got hurt.
You lose
like,
Buster Posey, you're out millions and millions and millions of dollars. That's all I can think.
It's got to be that. Because obviously they don't give a shit about the players. I mean, look at the NFL. They've given them brain trauma for 40 years and no one said a word.
And also, they do care about their players, just not at the point of losing money.
Yeah.
And, like, not at that level.
Yeah, just to a point.
Yeah.
We care as long as you make us money.
And also,
once you're expendable, you can go fuck yourself.
I think they only care about player safety in a really violent sport like football. They definitely don't care about player safety of baseball. Players never get hurt. The most you see is them throwing so hard that they just pop their elbow. They have to get like Tommy John surgery. So they really don't care about baseball players staying safe. I mean, they don't think about it much, I bet.
No.
That's why the All-Star game for baseball is the best. Is because they're like, don't worry, they can play.
They can play as hard as they want.
Hard as they can, yeah, and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Bet the over on the Pro Bowl game, on the NFL Pro. I don't think they could take the bet anymore.
I
always
wish
the over.
they would just end the Pro Bowl.
I know, just do a skills competition.
It's terrible, and everyone agrees. No one watches it. No one likes it. Even the players are like, ugh.
Yeah, they just want the trip to Hawaii.
Yeah, they for their
they're
wife.
millionaires. They can go anyway. Like,
yeah, exactly. I don't even know why they
bother.
take the trip.
All right, next one. This is a big one because we hadn't actually talked about it on the podcast, I don't think, since it's wrapped up. But your views on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp verdict.
So let's just be honest. The Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial is better television than Stranger Things.
Oh yeah,
The Office. I mean, this was every day. Enrique and my a girl I used to date named Violet. They'd wake up every day and just listen to the trial. Like it was their favorite show. Their favorite show was the Amber Heard trial, and it's like I couldn't avoid it because it just kept popping up on Instagram stuff and things like that. But it was awesome, and justice prevailed.
But, so you think they got it right?
Oh yeah,
I think they did too. Look, and that's not to say that the whole relationship was fucked up and they were both smacking each other around and doing things they shouldn't have been doing. But she clearly fucking lied.
Oh sure.
To the court
and was arrogant, like, oh, who they gonna believe?
Yeah.
Oh, they believe all women. And it's just, here's the thing. I think generally if a woman claims she's abused or any of those things, you've got to take it serious. You've got to genuinely look into it. You've got to investigate.
You have to. Yeah.
You have to take it serious. However, women are capable of dishonesty just like men.
Yeah, they have access to it.
And this kind of proves that, like, sometimes a woman might lie.
Yeah, and obviously most domestic violence happens to women. But it's not to say it never happens to men.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of feckless losers out there that get smacked around by their girl or get fucking berated. Yeah.
Chuck Finley got beat up by his wife all the time. You know why? Because he couldn't hit back. Chuck Finley was a big dude, but he just get beat up by his wife all the time and go, she drinks too much.
There is one take that I didn't like about it, though. Like after she got, the settlement, they settled against her, whatever, the verdict was against her. There was like a lot of articles saying that, like, oh, this is a huge setback for the women's movement. It's not going to take women's, claims of abuse seriously. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. So you're saying, for the sake of the Me Too movement continuing, you want to sacrifice an innocent man?
Yeah.
To the gods of the sex war.
Yeah.
Like, that's so morally bankrupt and so not the way you should be looking at it.
Well,
send the guy to death row. He didn't do it, but all the other guys did. So kill him too. It's like,
and also, I don't think that's a really smart take.
No,
I don't think this will take away from any claims of domestic violence or I don't think at all. I think that's just a false premise. Like, why would it? No, this means that someone just looked into it. They did the homework and they've decided this. That's what you should do. You investigate what's going on. You try to get to the bottom.
How bad is her legal team?
Oh
my God.
Terrible.
Oh my God. She should have used all that $7 million from the divorce settlement on her lawyers because whatever she got them for, I mean, they were terrible.
Do you think she's gonna have enough money to pay him back all
Oh,
that?
they already said she doesn't.
Yeah.
Her lawyers, as soon as the verdict was rendered, said, yeah, her mounting legal bills means she can't pay the settlement.
Easily.
Because the lawyers took all the money.
Right, when also, like, that's a lot of money.
I also, how come lawyers aren't paid for performance? I'd be like, all right, you get like a retainer of whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you $500,000 if I win. But if you fucking lose, you get nothing because you stink.
That's how it should. Well, I also don't understand why legal fees are so high.
Oh, because they bill by the hour.
I know, but like, why are they allowed to do that? So some people just can't get justice because it's too expensive?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
That's kind of how this country's set up.
Yeah, you could have a public defender that's going to be terrible.
Yeah, he's got 400 cases. You're one of them.
But doesn't that cost money?
No, the public defender's free, but the public defender will have 200 clients as he's working for free. He's getting a government salary. So the public defender probably makes like, $75,000.
So what if Johnny Depp sues Amber Heard and she can't afford a lawyer? Can she get a public defender for the case? Can anybody get a public defender?
In a civil case? No,
Yeah.
I think she'd have to defend herself.
So no matter what.
In a criminal case, I think you're allowed to have a legal defense.
Yeah.
Like you are given a...
So just being sued could ruin your life.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you got to go to court, you go, I can't afford this. I can't.
Well, you just have to pay up.
Yeah.
That's Donald Trump's secret weapon. That's how he keeps people to shut the fuck up.
That's
Just
smart.
sues them into oblivion.
Jeebers. Yeah, it's I was thinking about this. And there was a Malcolm Gladwell book where he talks about it's called Talking to Strangers.
Yeah. Right.
And it's about like this girl who got she just got super drunk at this college party, like super drunk. And this other guy got super drunk, and everybody's just dancing on each other. It's very sexual or whatever. And then she doesn't remember what happened that night, but the boy is so drunk he doesn't remember what happened that night. Allegedly, they had sex.
His roommate was filming it. That's how they figured
Well,
this
no,
out?
they found him. They found him like laying in a field or something like that.
They can't remember it. Then it didn't happen.
She's all disheveled and her shirt's all messed up and like shoes, her skirt and all that. And they chased this guy away, and the whole thing was very blurry. No one remembers anything. And she's like, he claims that what he does remember is asking her if she wanted to go hook up and kissing her at the party. That's what he remembers.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah. And he goes, let's go to my dorm. And then they fell on the ground, and then he had sex with her, and then whatever. But she doesn't remember anything. And he doesn't remember anything. Or he doesn't remember after, whatever. So it's like, if you're both drunk idiots, you're both doing drunk stuff, it's like, at what point are you responsible for your actions? Probably all your actions, drunk or not, right?
Yeah, you are certainly when you're driving a car, right? I mean,
Sure.
like if you get a DUI, it's like, oh, I didn't know I was driving. It's not an excuse
to
not have a to not get a DUI.
Yeah, well, she sued him, and there was like a big court case about it where it's like, she was like, people should be able to get drunk and not get raped, and people should be able to get drunk and not
For all
rape.
they know, she could have been the one pursuing him.
Right, but that was my argument. So
like,
she goes, well, I was so drunk that I should be able to get drunk and still feel safe, and that might be a fine ideal. But what I was like listening to the book and just thinking is like, wait, so if you get too drunk, someone else is responsible to take care of you.
Yeah.
But if he gets too drunk, he's responsible for taking care of you.
Yeah,
it's like, well, what is this? Like, I mean, I'm definitely not on the side of anybody who's ever assaulted someone.
Yeah.
This is terrible. But that's also the risk of blacking out and getting drunk and blurry, is that people make terrible decisions.
Yeah, it's like you can't give your consent if you're drunk. It's like, all right, well, then the guy couldn't either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's he supposed to think? He thinks, oh, this girl wants to have sex with me. This is pretty cool. We're both drunk. Let's fuck, right? Yeah. If he's telling the truth, he might be a fucking liar.
Yeah.
He might be a rapist. We don't know.
That's
because they're both drunk dummies.
Yeah, there's no one sober.
And she doesn't remember anybody. She doesn't remember anything. So it's like, it's kind of like, I know it's a very sensitive subject, and also like, just the subject could make people very uncomfortable. But in my mind, I'm thinking, we have to take responsibility for ourselves, even when we're drunk. You can't just go, I was hammered, I don't remember, but he raped me. You're like, well, I don't know. I
don't really remember, but he raped me.
It's very blurry. You can't accuse him of either, really, because you don't know.
Yeah. That's the other thing, too. I mean, like, a lot of it is, I wonder how much of that kind of stuff is just shame related. Like, I can't believe I did that. Maybe when
you never know.
Because I mean, like think about how many times you've said that. Like I've done that. Anyone like you get drunk and say something stupid, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was drunk.
Yeah, you misrepresent yourself.
Yeah, I'm really not like that. I wasn't thinking in my clear mind. Like,
well, she said in the court case, she goes, I would have never had sex with him or agreed to have sex with him. I have a boyfriend, and I guarantee you, I would have never had. And she's telling the truth.
Yeah,
100% telling the truth. But also, she's talking for sober her, not drunk her. When we're drunk her might be a totally different person.
Completely...
Yeah, especially if you're blacked out.
Oh my God, yeah.
And so if you're blacked out, like, yeah, you're right. You might not have consented to that, but drunk you might have.
Yeah.
And also, how's he supposed to know drunk you if he's also drunk. It's like it just makes you scared. Makes you
do anything.
scared to be drunk.
Yeah, so I'm glad I'm not in college anymore. Although that problem still persists, I still drink.
I listened to that whole thing and I was like, yeah, fuck this guy, but also fuck her too. Like I was just listening to both of them. I was like, wait a minute,
fuck both these people.
Both acting like, oh, you know what happens, you know.
All right, one more serious one since I was mentioning it earlier. Somebody asked about gun control.
Yeah.
So I guess the big thing that they're debating now is whether or not to raise the age to own an assault rifle from 18 to 21. And I guess the question was, do you agree with that or disagree with it?
Well, what is an assault rifle?
A long gun, basically any high high capacity rifle.
Any high capacity rifle.
Yeah.
Because I would make the controversial argument, like, let's just get rid of all assault rifles.
Yeah, so you want to go even
but
farther.
What is an assault rifle?
Yeah.
If we could come to an answer on that, then I would say let's get rid of all of them. The 21 isn't old enough. Nobody gets an assault rifle.
Yeah. I think it's...
Would that make anyone happy, though?
That's the thing. I don't think it makes anyone happy on either side. It's weird, like the Second Amendment supporters are all about like their freedoms.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you have complete freedom, it turns into anarchy. That's what living without like if you're allowed to own a tank, then the U.S. government, like if everyone had tanks,
yeah,
there would be no nation because we'd all just be, having a fucking tank war over our
Maybe.
property. You're like,
a lot of people buy guns and don't use them.
That's a good point. But I'm saying, but the idea that that there should be no limitations at all
or
regulations is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I do think...
And not effective anyways.
No, I mean, I think it's the ship has already sailed. There's 350, 400 million guns in circulation. You're not going to get them all back.
Right.
Never going to happen. So we got to figure out a way to deal with the fact that the guns are out there and we got to stop people from wanting to perpetrate these crimes. And that's why I always say, like, the most dangerous thing in the world, it's not the gun. It's an 18 to 25-year-old man.
Yeah.
Most crimes are committed by guys 18 to 25. I mean, it's just, you're confused, you're fucked up, you might be lonely. I mean, half these guys that do these school shootings are losers who have like no social circle whatsoever.
Yeah, or trying to be cool. I don't think it's always like that's another like stereotype. It's like all these shooters are little nerdy incel white guys. It's like, oh really? Have you dabbled into the statistics of black males with guns?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Chicago had like 20 mass shootings.
That's
just
the thing
in the
about
last 3 months.
People think of a mass shooting, they think of like Uvalde or Sandy Hook. When most mass shootings are just shootings of 4 people or more, and it happens every day in every city.
It happens all the time.
So
that's a problem also. But you don't want to look into it because it makes you sound like a racist. Say like, you go to these urban neighborhoods, guns are also a problem there. I'm saying guns are a problem everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to fix that too, or try to.
Yeah, I guess it's just how do you stop people from feeling disillusioned is really what it boils down to. That's what I mean. Like, there's no way people are going to perpetrate heinous crimes when they want to have this weird fantasy of, oh, maybe if I kill a bunch of people and kill myself, the world will care.
Yeah.
So unless you get rid of that feeling, no matter what, there's going to be these heinous crimes.
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, I think that it's good to have guns. I think people that have guns don't get...
And look, let's be honest. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're just fun.
They're fun.
Just like drugs and alcohol and cigarettes and everything else that we're not supposed to be fucking around with.
Yeah.
They're fun. Fast cars.
Also,
no one should be driving a Tesla and go 0 to fucking 60.
I don't want anybody
to
be a victim, and it's hard to be a victim when you're holding a gun. I mean, that comes with a lot of mistakes, comes with a lot of problems.
Well, actually, most gun deaths are self-inflicted wounds, so they're victims of their own psyche. But that goes to that, too. Same people that, like, if you were able to fix that feeling of being lost, particularly for like younger people where a lot of these gun crimes happen, they're less likely to shoot themselves and somebody else.
Sure. Well, here's another thing I thought of, and this is a half-baked idea, so I don't know if it's...
That's perfect. That's where we exist in this podcast.
So, like, let's say they get rid of assault rifles, right? Or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And now there's less school shootings, there's less murders or whatever, there's less like things. Because we don't have the data on things that aren't happening. How do you measure things that aren't happening?
Yeah.
They're going to go, well, it's not good enough. Now let's get rid of all... at what point are you satisfied? Until the NHL, the NRA shut down completely?
Yeah, if we get to what number of murders is
right.
Okay, good. That's where,
good spot.
0, it's never going to be 0 murders.
Yeah. I think about it all the time. It's like, so it's never going to be enough, I feel like.
No.
Because maybe right now, the way the laws are right now, maybe it's avoided a ton of problems that we don't know about because we can't measure it because those problems aren't happening.
Yeah, it's also, and I also will say,
but I don't know if that's true.
Obviously, these mass shootings are up, but as a total, I was listening to Sam Harris' podcast. I think it's something like 60,000 gun deaths a year. 2/3 of them are suicides. or something like that. And then of the third that are homicides, it's like 15, 20,000, maybe 25,000. Something like 400 to 500 a year are these type of mass casualty death situations. So, but these get a lot of news attention. But like you said, most of these, big shootings are just 2 or 3 gang members on the street on a Friday night, and that happens every night.
Yeah.
Whereas like once,
once more sad because it's got kids.
Exactly. Yeah. Once every 3 months is a school shooting.
Right.
Which is obviously horrible. And obviously, I'm not advocating saying it's not a problem. It's only 400.
Yeah.
But it's still a drop in the bucket in terms of the wider gun deaths that are out there.
Yeah, I just don't know how, people go, gun deaths are down since 2022 because we did this thing, and you'd go, that's great news. But there'll still be something sad that'll happen, and they'll go, you fucking NRA creeps, you idiot Republic. That's what they'll do. So it's like, it's just kind of...
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, neither side it seems to have any solution because they don't do any fucking thing every fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like... They find every way to just sit on their ass. I challenge Congress to pass any law that doesn't rat fuck the American people. They haven't passed a law with more than I think they're trying now finally to get a law passed by the Senate where 60% where 60 of the 100 senators vote for it, meaning that they can't do the filibuster.
Why don't
there hasn't been a law passed without the filibuster in fucking years.
Why don't they do a mandatory background check? Or do they do a background check?
That's the
or
one,
a mental evaluation. I mean,
that's the one. That's the one that's really that I think is the lowest hanging fruit. So something like 90% of people, Democrat or Republican, polled believe you should have mandatory background checks when getting a gun. 86% of NRA members agree that you should have to get a background check to own a gun.
But
they like the exclusivity of it. Yeah, but it's not uniform. It's not federal. So the state will check you. Depending on what state you're in. Like in Texas, they don't have a background check. They just give you the gun and you walk out.
I think California does.
In California,
it was very thorough
but
when I got
there's no
my
national.
gun.
There's no like one database where all the guns are. National database. Something to say, this guy buying a gun in Texas committed a crime in Florida and now lives in California. He's trying to buy a gun in California. We can't, there's no way to nationally, that links it all nationally together right now.
And what is a background check? Just to see if you have a crime?
See if you have a felony, or I think in some states they also have a domestic abuse. So if you have a felony and or domestic abuse misdemeanor, you can't get.
Okay.
You can't get it. So meaning you've shown
That's
violence.
Still pretty
before.
Easy.
Yeah. How many people didn't commit a crime yet?
Yeah. You're like I'm buying the gun to commit the crime. I had to get this first.
Yeah. Then the armed robbery is going to happen.
You won't be doing a background check afterwards, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of confusing. So what about the mental health thing? Like, how would they...
See, that's
if that got passed, what is that?
That's one of the problems. I don't know how they're going to do that. Like, this guy got checked into an inpatient, so he can't get a gun anymore. Like, how the fuck are they going to... Because you're not allowed to legally link... Like, you can't go into people's medical records.
Right, that's Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, it's like a HIPAA violation.
Yeah, because it's their privacy. They have the right to their privacy.
So I don't know how that's going to work.
So could you be pro Roe versus Wade and pro background mental check for guns?
I mean,
can you be both of those?
I'm pro Roe versus Wade and pro gun.
No, you couldn't. But you couldn't be. Couldn't be pro mental health evaluation and pro.
Oh, they do that all the time, though. I mean, it's like
those are contradictory.
Yeah, that happens all the time. People have like this. What do they call it? Like a cognitive dissonance. Like they can't like hold two truths in their head at once.
Right.
Or at the same time they hold two hypocritical views. Like, I believe in the right to life, but kill people who in the death penalty.
Yeah.
Like what? Well,
just
they're alive. You can't just kill someone because they committed a crime.
Roe versus Wade is about like having your privacy. You don't have to prove your medical.
Yeah.
That the baby needs to be aborted.
That's smart. That's arguably one of the reasons why they're trying to overturn it now. They're saying they cited the wrong clause.
Sure.
In the Constitution. It's not a privacy thing. It should really be.
But if Roe versus Wade stays in, and I want to go buy a gun, and they go, well, we need to see a mental evaluation.
It's like, what? Yeah.
You'd say, no, Roe versus Wade says that I don't have to show you
shit.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, and they go, no one's ever quoted Roe versus Wade here at this gun shop.
On a gun purchase.
It's my Privacy Act. I have the right to my
privacy,
to my medical privacy.
Don't you worry about what I'm going to do with this pistol. All right, we got a
pro-choice, pro-gun.
Got a little bit of a longer submission here, and this one has to be anonymous. As you were asking, I keep it anonymous because people get a little wild. But she says, okay, I have a question. And if you plan on answering this, please let me know. So yeah, we're answering it. Very rarely, but enough to wonder. My boyfriend has trouble coming. Like I can tell he's working on it, and it's difficult.
I can tell he's working on it while he's over me, sweating and thrusting and pumping. I guess that's him working on it.
I know he's working on it. I can't figure out why he can't come. I know the sex isn't boring because last time his dick was near my belly button and his hand was shoved all the way up my ass.
Oh my God.
While my head is being slammed to the pillow. Is he bored? Is it a guy thing? What's going on? I should add that we don't drink, so it's not a booze issue either. That's what I would have thought. My second thought, is he on SSRIs, antidepressants? Because that numbs you.
Or maybe just like the monotony of having sex with the same person might be it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He still comes. I mean, I've only jerked myself off my entire life, and I never get bored of it.
That is true.
Like I still do it.
Yeah, that's true. But you weren't forced to look at the same thing every time.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm fucking something new every time.
You have a variety. I don't know. I've had coming problems for sure, but I'm a drinker.
Yeah.
And I'm and also, when I like with my last girlfriend, like we'd have sex a lot. So there's
I would
that
say that.
also.
Yeah, like if I've put a few out during the day, like
that first one's great.
Yeah, that last one, I mean, I'm gonna enjoy the sex, but it's gonna take a while. The third one, it might not ever happen. But I'm still enjoying the sex. I'm just not gonna be able to come this third time.
The third time I'm going, I might have a heart attack here. It's gonna happen, but I might feel my chest. That's tricky. Why don't you ask him?
Yeah, women don't do that.
Just ask him. Hey, what the fuck's going on here?
Well, you don't have to say it like that because then you put him in a corner.
That's true.
It's like, hey.
But maybe he'll be honest.
It's like, yeah, be like, hey, like, I know you obviously have an erection, so we're having fun. Like, is there something I can do to help you finish here? Yeah, put it to him. It's like, you want me to, eat your butt or whatever?
Yeah, he seems like he's doing fine. I mean, like, all those other things. I don't know what it is. But how old? I don't know. There's so many other things. I don't know how old he is.
He's older.
But it sounds like you guys are having sex, so it's all right.
Yeah, and it sounds like the sex is raucous.
Yeah, and he's also, I'm sure he's enjoying himself, even if he isn't.
Yeah.
Every time that I didn't finish, like when I was having sex with a chick, it was still great.
Yeah, yeah.
Still having a great time.
Yeah, it's actually a power move, by the way. If you're just like, yeah, I'm done, and you don't come, they're like, what
I'm
the
okay.
fuck? You hit him with that?
I think we're done here.
I'm okay.
I think we're done here. She goes, excuse me? Yeah.
Yeah. I had my fun.
We might do this later. What? Hit me up next time you're in town.
All right, this one's great. Where is it? Oh, how much would someone have to pay you to bang Hillary Clinton? Nobody would know except for you.
Oh, if no one to know? Well, who's paying, Is Hillary Clinton paying?
Yeah, just name it, figure.
Oh, the amount? Like, what's the lowest amount is always the question, right?
Yeah. Obviously, someone give you $1 billion,
Oh, easy. Yeah. I was thinking 100,000s.
Yeah.
Because she's still a lady.
I know you wouldn't do it for like 50. It's Hillary Clinton.
I know, that's another thing. I could brag about it. I wouldn't no one will know. No, I'll tell some people. I'm telling some
the
people.
The whole fucking internet will know.
If I got Hillary Clinton.
I'm going on Jimmy Kimmel to talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be clear. I'm not going to enjoy it. I don't know. I'd do it for 100,000. Dude, probably less. I mean, if we're being honest.
I'd do it for $2,000 in the story.
$2,000.
It's fucking Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I mean, all expenses paid.
I wonder if that would make me more or less popular amongst the liberal women. Like, when they're like, oh my God, he fucked Hillary. I'd be like, oh my God, he fucked Hillary.
Yeah. Well, I bet they'd be like, well, that's so sweet. But then you could also turn it for the other guys. Like, yeah, I fucked it. I
was going to say, because
you could just lie.
The far right, like, yeah, I punished fucked Hillary Clinton.
I did it.
He's our guy.
Yeah.
He's our hero now.
Yeah. What a wild question. It's because it's tricky. Usually it's something you really don't want to do. So he's like, the money's got to really be high. But it's still a lady.
Still a woman.
And she's still like.
She's famous, at least.
The story alone would be insane.
Yeah.
What does her body look like?
I'd stick a cigar in her pussy. Like
God.
Like her husband did the intern.
Is that what he did? I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
The Monica Lewinsky thing? I thought he just got a blowjob.
No, well, he got a blowjob during a phone call with like some other head of state in the Oval Office. And then apparently he took his cigar and like sodomized her with it and smoked it.
Oh, my God. What an idiot. Why would someone
ruin the cigar?
Yeah. The intern's going,
didn't light up right.
I don't remember this in the interview. Didn't think we'd be doing this. I thought it'd be like paperwork, long hours,
filing,
getting coffees. The cigar in my butt is new. I didn't know this would be a thing.
Would you rather fuck Hillary Clinton or Nancy Pelosi?
I don't know what Nancy Pelosi looks like. Is she gross?
You know what Nancy. I mean, they're both old as shit.
Hillary. She's
really.
I mean, I don't know
She's a bigger name. I don't know. I'd go. Nancy Pelosi has more money though. She got big tits too.
Oh, really?
She's old, but she got big
Yes,
tits.
I'd have to Google. I was actually just thinking about Googling Hillary's body. I don't know what.
Oh my, well, dude, she dresses like a fucking
It's
monk.
tough to say. Yeah.
She literally dresses like some sort of monk in those
One
pantsuits.
of these pantsuits.
Yeah.
God, those are bad.
I think Nancy Pelosi's got big knockers though.
Yeah.
I think that might be fake. We don't have to Google that. You see here.
Stand by.
Stand by. Nancy Pelosi fake tits. Let's see if they think she has
not I'm just gonna see what Nancy Pelosi looks like in the first place.
fake tits. I'm going right for the action. Oh well, they have 17 lovely pictures of Nancy Pelosi's tits. Oh, she got big old knockers.
Big old knockers.
Good for her.
I think you still got to go Hillary just because
she's more famous,
the
right?
Story.
Oh, she did have plastic surgery. Well, Nancy Pelosi had a bunch of plastic surgery, it looks like. Yeah, she had a boob job. Shout out Nancy Pelosi for the boob job. See, they're pretty big for an old lady.
That can't be real.
I mean, they what do we got here?
That can't be real.
They amplified that.
That's like she wore that.
Yeah.
That's fine to wear if you're not a politician.
Yeah, if you're Cardi B, you can wear that all day long.
If that's real, that's insane. That can't be real. Oh, no, they photoshopped it.
Of course.
This is what she was wearing, sorry. She had a shirt under it, and then they just removed the thing, with whatever. Yeah, still, is this photoshopped? I have trouble figuring out what's real and fake. Probably real.
I'm going to go real.
Yeah.
I'm going to go real.
I like to believe it's real.
I got a bunch of would you rather. Here's another good one. Would you rather fuck with anime porn or trans porn?
Anime.
Yeah, I think they're both weird, but at least like
anime is what we should talk about this. Isn't it something uncomfortable about a white person having this crazy obsession with Japanese porn? Or not Japanese porn, but like Japanese cartoons?
Yeah.
Isn't there something a little weird about that?
When I say they're weird, I mean obviously they're not mainstream, but it's a lot like I could at least a human being with trans, right? With anime, it's like you want to fuck a cartoon Japanese girl, like
why nobody just watches it. They're all like in it.
Yeah, it's like
they're so into it. They want to wear the dumb headband.
Oh my god, yeah, they dress up
silver thing. They're like have you seen the 12-tailed fox? But it's like always some sort of weird.
There is a lot of this fucking cult activity around shit like no one could be a casual fan of anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like, is there
I love Simpsons, but it's not like my whole life.
Yeah, you don't dress up as Bart and go to Comic-Con.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's not like it's something weird about having a cartoon be such a big identity part of your life and interest.
Especially deep into your adulthood.
A cartoon.
Yeah.
And the storylines are terrible. They're all like
the drawing,
the
is
voices.
Shit. I'll say that right now.
The drawing, everything about it is like, it's like if someone told me they're really into horses or they're really into like weed or any of these things, I go, okay, yeah, to each their own. But there's something a little that I can't put my finger on about anime people.
Yeah, there is a weird
about it,
weird creepiness to it. Yeah, but I mean, I'd probably choose anime anime porn over trans porn because I get to decide whatever kind of porn. It's a cartoon, so I could be like, I want this specific type of anime. Like, I could pick the kind of girl I like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, make a bunch of those. Have them fuck each other.
Is it just me, or do all these Japanese animated characters look white?
It is creepy.
They don't look Japanese at all. They're all tall and lean and have like white features, characteristics.
Yeah, blonde hair.
Their hair.
Name one Japanese person with naturally blonde hair.
I don't know. It doesn't seem very Japanese to me.
Yeah, they don't have a problem with cultural appropriation over in Japan. They'll just take white culture if they feel like it.
I was talking about that with Willie the other night. It's like, that we're the only place fussing about diversity. We're the only place that does that. When I was in Asia, they weren't going, we got to get more black people over here. Have you noticed that there's not enough whites working with us? And that's everywhere. Ireland, they're not fussing around about diversity. Australia doesn't fuss around about diversity. The Kiwis aren't going, have you noticed there's not a lot of Laotians around here? We're the only country, it's because we're a melting pot, but it's like we constantly fuss about diversity and you wonder.
It does speak to the progress we've made that it's even a topic of conversation.
Yeah.
You know, because like you said, in other countries, I don't see anyone in Mexico wringing their hands looking for more, Japanese workers.
At all.
We need a black woman to be the head of this corporation. It's like no one in Mexico gives a fuck.
And also the fact that Americans aren't just ripping their hair out and killing each other every day that they come out of their house is a miracle. Because
all the things we've done to each other over the years.
Yeah. Well, because now we've taken all these cultures, we've taken all these genders, all these different ideals and whatever trans beliefs. You take all these things, and you just shake them all up together and go, that's America. And you go, well, no wonder we're having differences. Because everyone has got some different thing. And like he was saying, the diversity, put them all together. And it's like, wow, we all have different opinions. We all have different experiences. We all have these...
No wonder we can't come to consensus.
Yeah, it's Korea's having no problem.
Yeah, that is a weird dichotomy of the United States that like it is a big individualistically driven kind of thing. Like everyone's unique and important and you should respect their lifestyle and all this. But when you have like, another like China where it's like all about the state.
Yes.
They can drive towards a goal. Like, so there is a weird balance you should try and have to have. Like, you want rugged individuality.
Yeah.
But you also have to get everyone together to make progress on the big things.
It's tough.
Well,
in Asia, they can't even get along with people that are right next door.
Oh my God.
They're like, I hate Japanese. We're Koreans. And Koreans are like, we hate it's like,
yeah.
And so it's like, they're not even trying to get along with people that are from their same continent.
That look like them.
That they look, yeah. Well, they look, their cultures are pretty similar.
Pretty similar, yeah.
And they can't even get along with that. Let alone if you took every culture and put it in the same area and said, get along. Like we're the only ones fussing about that.
I would love to see, I wonder if like a big Chinese corporation has a diversity, like the head of diversity.
No.
What he or she's doing. They're just in an office by themselves, like, I guess.
Exactly.
I'm not invited to the meeting again.
If you were in Russia and you go, we hired a diversity coordinator, he goes, get the fuck out of here. You're fired. What are you talking about? It's Russia. We have Russians. We let tourists come over. They can take pictures and spend money, but they're not part of what we do. Take that diversity shit over to America. We don't care.
There's a position you don't have in any Chinese corporation.
You wonder why we're having trouble with diversity. It's very complicated.
This one's weird. If you had to have sex with an animal, which would it be and why?
Oh, doctor. Who's running the world nowadays? This question guy. You got to fuck one of these animals. What's yours?
Another one.
Yeah. What's yours?
I thought, I was like, what animal do I like the most? But you
don't want to do that. Yeah, that's not going to help. Yeah. That'll ruin your favorite animal.
Yeah. I fucking feel bad about it.
I guess a sheep.
Yeah, it's got to be like one of those popular ones that's been fucked over the millennia by
it's
people.
Harmless.
I'd fuck a dolphin in the blowhole.
Oh, God.
That would be cool.
My buddy used to have a good line where he'd say, the dolphins are the only other species that has sex for pleasure. But I tried it, and they didn't like it at all. That's a pretty good joke. He quit comedy, too. I should steal it. I'm trying to think. Maybe, I guess sheep. Because they're pretty defenseless animal.
I don't know, man. A sheep give you a good kick.
Yeah, the hoofs in the back of my legs.
What about Mr. Hands? That woman got fucked by the horse to death.
No, a guy.
The guy
got the zoo documentary. Yeah, I don't think horses for me. Ooh.
Would you watch that video?
If I could find it. I'd watch that before I'd watch a lot of things that are on the internet.
Because I know you're not into the gross shit.
Nah. Well, it's like, there's some video that...
I've shown you some beatings and beheadings, and you're like, I can't watch this.
Yeah, I can't watch that. Or like any of those like Faces of Death videos. No. I've seen it, and it's
still
effective.
Yeah, it hangs with you.
Same with like Joe Rogan one time when that 2 Girls 1 Cup video was coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Rogan watched it without blinking an eye and also started criticizing it, going, this is nothing, man. I've seen... And he named some sort of video.
He took it down. He like... This is nothing.
Yeah, he was
Two
basically
women
like,
eating shit
he was just
cone.
going, this is. He goes, he said something. I don't know if this is necessarily it, but something like BDM videos or something. So I googled whatever the word is that he said, and it was guys cutting their own genitals off with knives and really seemed like they're enjoying it almost, like cutting off their penis and their balls. And when I saw that, I was like, Joe, what have you? Why?
How'd you find that?
Yeah, and so I'd much rather watch. I think that a horse with a person would just be so unusual more than traumatizing.
Yeah, but I guess when
I'd watch it.
Well, I guess the guy, he didn't like fuck him in half. He fucked him and died later.
Yeah, and the person just goes.
Yeah, so it wasn't like he like split the.
Just the idea of a horse having sex with a person. I bet I'd watch a few seconds of that. Just see what's going on.
See his technique.
Yeah, and go, what are we doing?
What can I learn from that?
How did this happen? You know, I mean, the horse must have been some sort of device.
Yeah, well, how do you convince the horse to fuck a human?
Well,
that's the question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to get up under there. I don't know how it works. All those things, and all the in Enumclaw, Washington, all the people weren't penetrating the animal. The animal's penetrating them. They weren't having sex with the animal. So you could make the argument that the animals were enjoying it.
Fuck you.
Oh God. What's got the smallest penis? Right. What animal?
Can an ant fuck me?
Yes, yeah. I did fuck an ant in Oregon, remember? This gay ant got in my bed.
That's right.
This gay ant, there was an ant the whole time. It just kept trying to touch on me. Finally, I was like, all right, I'll fuck this ant. And it killed it on accident. Didn't mean
fucked it to death.
I fucked it to death, the poor ant. That's what happens when you crawl in daddy's bed, you know?
Would you date a mom with 2+ kids?
Yeah, I have.
I was going to say you have.
Yeah.
How many? Yeah, you've probably dated more women with kids than I had. Surely more than I have.
I like the idea. Here's another. The reason I don't think I've ever said this. The reason I'm really into it. There's a bunch of reasons.
Know they fuck.
Well, it's just more fun. You know, they're doing more fun stuff. So I have a whole bit about how like moms are doing kid things all day, and that's fun to go do kid things. But also, I love kids. And 3, I love the idea of you've automatically kind of got a family.
You do like that, huh?
If they like you, like they're all like, oh, Jeff's hanging out with his net. So it feels cool to have kind of like an immediate family.
Yeah, I would date
like
a woman
just
with
overnight.
kids.
I've got 3 kids, and that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I didn't have to like be with
So
her.
you don't
while
mind
she
the
was
stepfather
pregnant.
vibes?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I would.
The world needs stepdads.
That's true. Very true. I wouldn't. I would definitely date a woman that had kids, but I don't know that. It would be hard to think like, would I fit into that stepdad role? Like,
oh, for sure you would.
Because I would wonder like the kid's age, like like.
You'd be great at it.
It doesn't mean I want to. I don't know that I'd be okay with the responsibility of it. That would concern me. You know,
well,
like,
because
I don't want to fuck up some other people's kids.
But stepdad's a lot less.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So as long as I don't beat or rape the kids, I'm a good stepdad.
Well, and also, like just you treat their mom right, and that's what they like.
Or beat her. Yeah.
Yeah, you treat them.
Don't beat her, the kids.
Treat the mom right, and also like it's so easy to be cool when you're the step. You know, they haven't. They think everything you say is cool and everything.
Would you have the stepkids call you Dad or Jeff?
Whatever they'd be comfortable with, but I'd probably prefer Jeff.
Yeah,
I don't know though. Maybe after a while, if I really took to him, I'd feel like, yeah, you can call me Dad if you want. Like that's an honor. It'd be an earned honor.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, but
how right away?
Well, it depends. Like if you start shacking up with the lady and she has 2-year-old kids, and the first memory is of you being around
right.
Dad.
I used to
hook up 15-year-old son. He's like,
I used to hook up with one girl. Her son is like 16 or so. I would never make that kid call me Dad.
Yeah, I can tell you, don't call my stepfather Dad. He's younger than me.
Yeah, you can't do that. Forgot about that.
I don't do that.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think it would be like, if he was 5 and he only knew me.
Yeah.
And I actually did dad things with him, then for sure.
What would you be good like catch? Would that be your go-to dad thing?
No.
You seem like you'd be a good catch dad.
Video games, pretty much like anything they'd want to do. Like, cause
the stuff you already do.
Yeah, I always let the kid kind of run the roost, anyways.
What you were with your dog. That's why the dog run.
What do you want to do, buddy? You want to go outside? All right, we'll walk around. We'll talk. But, I think that's what makes kids so much more fun to be around. Is they don't have to do something. Like with a girl or with even something.
Kids can just be.
You always got to plan something. But like they'll be like, you want to go walk in those woods? You go, yeah, let's walk in those woods.
That's actually what I like about our friendship. We don't really do anything.
Don't have to.
You want to go watch the game of this? Yeah,
sure.
We're on the road. You want to go walk around?
Yeah,
let's go walk around.
Wander into the store, make fun of shit.
There's no reason to go anywhere.
I think that's also like a good sign of like love for sure. It's like, I had a girlfriend who like she always had to go to like a dinner. We always had to be going to like some event or something like that. And I was like, we could just sit at the lake with a bag of chips and just laugh and drink.
Yeah,
that's all it takes. You don't need to have some sort of. I actually said that to my last girlfriend in a birthday card. I was like, it was fun doing nothing with you.
Yeah,
like
that's why
we didn't have to do anything. We could just do nothing together.
I told Rich that I would love just get and drive up to fucking Death Valley.
Yeah,
and go camp for that and come back. No nothing.
Yeah,
get a couple bottles of wine and some weed.
Exactly.
Like it's fucking great night.
Yeah. I think people need to do stuff if they're not creative talkers. Like if
you're not interesting, you got to go do shit.
Let's go watch Top Gun. Because we watch Top Gun, we can just sit by each other in silence. I don't want to sit by you in silence. I want to like talk and goof around.
I can't imagine you going to a movie because all you want to do is fucking yap.
Yeah, and also movies are fun for me when I'm alone. I can do that.
Yeah.
I don't need to drag someone else into it.
I want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
It's a downtime thing. This is a great question. Who would your dream podcast guest be?
Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson?
But I've said this, that's like a new real answer. The original answer will always be, until I get them on my podcast, I think it's Brittany and Amber. I don't remember their two names, but it's the Siamese twins that have one body, two heads.
Yes.
I got so many questions for those girls. So many questions.
We did talk about
and they
that.
wouldn't necessarily be inappropriate. We could weed
if I was
out.
on it, they would be.
Yeah. Well, no, don't get me wrong. Everyone wants to ask those inappropriate questions
yeah.
too. But if they weren't comfortable answering the inappropriate questions, I would be able to ask 100 appropriate questions that I would just want to know.
What do you do about this? How do you figure out how to walk?
Yeah. Or like, how are they so in sync? Because it's split perfectly down the middle, but the way that...
Yeah. Do you ever say, hey, can I borrow your right hand? Like,
right.
Because I need...
Well, they don't ever... Like, I watched them put, like, load things into a backpack while they're talking to, like, a producer. And it's like, how did this one know that they were going to grab the stuff? And how did this one know to hold the bag up? How did they... They didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
They just kind of... It just was happening.
I wonder if one of them can fuck the other one up. Like, it's like, oh, she's being a bitch, so I'm just going to trip myself and fall on her side.
Oh, man, that'd be amazing. Or like food. They share a stomach. So what if one of them just eats a bunch of nachos and the other one's like, I can't wait to eat my sushi. And then it's like, that one got full. Now they're full.
Done.
Now one's full. Or they're both full because one ate too much. And the other one's like, I didn't even get to eat my sushi,
Since they got two heads, I mean, you sent me that photo of the BJ. But if one of them swallows, does the other one taste it?
I don't think they taste it, but they feel it.
It's
Well, and they got separate boyfriends. I mean, the whole thing is, how does their driving record work? They have two driver's licenses.
Oh, yeah. So what if
do they get two DUIs?
What if one gets a DUI? She's been hammered all night.
Yeah. Do they get two DUIs? Or just one of... How does it work?
Yeah, one of them blows in the thing and the other one...
Yeah. I mean, there's so many fun scenarios with that. Like, do they ever fist fight? Do they ever, like, get into a fight? I mean...
As kids, they're just slapping each other.
Yeah. There's just so many things that, like, their life is one of a kind.
I want to get away. And just turn their head.
Yeah. They put a blanket over their head. I'm tired of this. You go to sleep.
Do you remember how like back in the day, like on like the Brady Bunch and shit, when like they'd have every sitcom had it. Like the two siblings were arguing, they'd put the tape down the room. This is my side.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, they do it with their body.
They drew a Sharpie. A Sharpie. This is my side of the body. This is your side. You stay on your side.
And
of the body.
they must fight all the time. I mean, just stuck with someone like that. There's just so many funny like situations. Also, like every human is either right-handed or left-handed.
They just fucking...
What are they?
Yeah, can they write like at the same time?
If they threw out a first pitch, do they both throw? Or is one gonna like put her arm like this and the other one's gonna wind back?
Do they take different classes in college and have to go to both?
Well, they do talk about that in one of the things.
Or they have to major in the same shit.
She's like, she's good at math and I'm good at spell, because they're constantly trying to prove to everyone that they're so different. And it's like,
even though they share a heart.
Trust me, we get the.
Well, we know you're very different than everyone else.
Different interests.
No one will forget you.
But let's not pretend you're not attached. You're the same body. They're so concerned with that. It's like their number one goal is like, we're very different. She's like this and I'm like this. It's like, that's not that interesting. You should be talking about the hundreds of interesting things that you guys have to go through.
We got two fucking heads in one body. How wild is this?
Yeah, let's talk about those interesting things. We don't want to hear that, oh, you're a night owl and she likes to go to bed early.
How does that work?
Yeah. I mean, explain it.
Yeah, I'm straight and she's gay. It's
like,
oh no.
God, that'd be amazing. Oh yeah, I mean, let's take a real serious issue of like rape. Like, how could you? Yeah,
is it a double rape?
Well, what do both of them have to consent to the?
Ooh, good. Yeah, because the other one's just there to like some sort of sexual.
Yeah, well, what if how many sisters hate their sister's boyfriend? That girl decides she likes a guy.
And, I got to spend all this time with this asshole I hate
and have sex with him.
Yeah.
And I have to have sex with this guy.
The bag on her head.
She goes, oh, jeez. He had consensual sex with my sister and raped me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. That's it.
I can't believe they don't do more. They should have their own podcast.
Oh, I would watch every
Two
episode.
girls, one mic.
That's my dream. Who's your dream podcast guest?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, obviously, you said Jordan Peterson, but Sam Harris is up there.
Oh, for
Sammy
sure.
the Bull Gravano. I'd love to have a mobster.
You could get him for sure.
You think I get Sam?
Yeah,
he's fucking big.
Sam Harris is tough.
No, Sam Harris is huge. Sammy the Bull's pretty big. He's also only in Arizona. So I wonder if I shot him a DM next time we're in town.
Yeah, because we're always there.
We rent some studios.
Coming there soon, so look up tickets. Right. CB Live.
When that's in the books now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on JeffDye.com.
I got to check. It's brand new.
It's coming up.
I got to check for my dates on
I know. Yeah, exactly. Get your calendar in order.
I know. Besides looks, what's the next thing a guy looks for in a girl?
Oh, so this is an interesting one. I've been talking to this girl, and my favorite thing about her is that she's kind. Like, every girl that I've hung out with in the last, like, decade, maybe it's because I'm a comedian, maybe it's because my sense of humor, maybe it's because what I put out in the world, but they're always, like, negging me. You know, they're always like, you know, I'll take you, don't worry. If you get sleepy, I'll give you a coffee, old man. You know, they're always, like, being playfully kind of, like...
I wonder if that's like what you're subconsciously drawing in.
Maybe. I mean, I said it might be me, but they're always going like, okay, you know, but you don't get a big head. Oh, he's a comedian, thinks he's hilarious. Where this girl, and we've only been hanging out for a little while, but like everything's nice. You know, she's like, oh, you have such beautiful eyes, or like, oh, I love when you wear that, or like everything she said has been kind, and I'm like, I'm just not used to it, and I like it. I like that she's not trying to be funny. We'll make fun of other people, or we'll make fun of like whatever.
Oh, I've said
but
that.
Like we've only said nice things to each other, and I'm like, no girl that I've met in a long time has done this. Yeah, so that's the second.
Kindness goes a long way. They always say sense of humor, but
we have a sense of humor with everybody.
Yeah, I don't. Like, I think you have to just agree with my sense of humor,
or allow it.
Yeah, like exactly. Just allow me to do.
Allow you to be you.
The shit I do.
Yeah,
that's a big part of it. I would say just easy going for me. Like I don't. I'd like to be able to sit down next to you and not have it be fucking weird. Or you talk about something. I gotta go do something.
Yeah,
just be with me.
Just be easy.
Yeah, just be easy.
Yeah,
like don't be a pain in my ass. That's
what's another one. This person's asking that. Besides, she
gotta be into something. She gotta have something she's passionate about.
Yeah,
I asked that on a date a lot. There's actually a question that we're gonna get to here about pickup lines, but that's one of the things I ask a lot on a date. Like, what are you passionate about? Like, what? Like, I know what my hobbies and interests and goals are, but like, why don't you tell me what gets you out of bed? Don't fucking bore me with your job or how many siblings you got. Like, what are you interested in? Do you like, you know, mountain biking? Are you into fucking scuba diving? Do you like writing poetry? I don't know what the fuck. Anything.
Sure.
Just be interested in something that isn't something that I'm interested in.
Yeah, it's not.
You know, like have your own little life that I can like draw. Like, ooh, what are you doing today that I'm not interested? That I don't really do.
That's. I feel like I don't know what. Like, if a girl smokes weed like all day, I always think like, oh, this is probably not gonna work. Like,
I didn't turn off, huh?
Yeah, like I'm thinking like that kind of stuff. It's
really?
like
I could see you with a pothead.
I don't know. Like I don't do it. So I'm just sitting there.
I do it, and you don't think there's a problem with me smoking.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe not.
As long as she's like not a vegetable,
right?
I think she's out doing it because you like to go do stuff.
Yeah, that is true. I guess it wouldn't matter because I'm always preaching anyways. About how like people can have different interests, and it doesn't really matter. Me and Al Jackson were talking about that. It's like you might be eliminating your potential partner too soon. You know, you'll be like, oh, I can't be with her. She smokes. But what if she's perfect? Like she's perfectly matched for you, and you're ruling her out because...
Well, women do that with short men all the time.
Oh, sure.
It's like, you know, I like them to be 6'3". It's like, well, you know, he's got everything else you got.
Yeah, or I know girls that would be perfectly compatible with certain guys, and then they just disagree about like border control. And, you know, and she's like, I could never. What an animal! It's like, well, maybe you could persuade him. Articulated your argument.
Get him your side of that fence.
And two, neither one of you are gonna make a difference. And that kind of shit. Anyway, so like maybe you're eliminating partners based on things that really don't matter that much.
I think you have to. It's important to agree on things you both dislike. You have to dislike the same things.
That's interesting.
You know, like I feel like that draws me in. Like, dude, like think about it. You sit in a bar, you trash other people. You're talking about you trash other people. Like, oh, I don't like, you know, or I'm making fun of this type of person who's at the bar. Like, she gets in on it. Like, oh, you sort of bond around.
My dream girl has had enough of homeless people. Enough. We can dunk on the homeless together. We're sick of it. That's my campaign. I'm running for office. I'm going to make it against the law to be homeless.
And I think it already is loitering.
No, they don't. Nobody's enforcing it.
No.
You should be able to arrest homeless people, and you don't put them in jail. You don't put them with drug dealers and criminals.
Put them in the ocean.
No, you put them in a hospital, in like a facility, and they're not allowed to come out of the facility until they've got, you know, someone's determined like, oh, we're gonna keep this person's gonna be independent, and if we find out they just go post up and get in a tent and again, right back to the.
They used to have them. They were called asylums. They got rid of them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where a lot of these crazies were.
Be better.
Yeah, I mean, it was. They weren't on the street.
And they could eat.
They were indoors and eating.
Yeah, they could eat, and they were safe from the conditions.
From each other.
Nobody could hurt them. Bring it back.
Favorite road cities when you're touring?
Same answer every time. Arizona State, San Diego City, Chicago City. Portland and Seattle are fun to do the comedy part. Those towns have gotten weird. Everywhere in Texas that we go, and Florida.
Oh, yeah. This is a southern run.
Yeah.
The Red State, Jeff Red State.
Oh, not really? I mean, Texas, sure, but like,
Actually, Texas
Portland and
purple
Seattle
now.
aren't.
No.
Arizona's not really. San Diego isn't, and Chicago isn't.
Yeah.
All the places I named, but like Texas and Florida are fun. And I will say those red states, I don't like to side with the Democrats or Republicans, but Republicans are a lot better audiences.
Yes, they are.
Way better.
I will
Way better
corroborate
audiences.
that. They're not judging you as much.
Yeah, they just go make me laugh. I promise you, nothing you say, I'm going to complain about after the show.
And I've done it. I've done it in both red cities and blue cities. We're hanging out after the show, and they'll fucking bring something up like, we're not doing that here.
Right.
We're not talking about the guns or this fucking legislation. We're not. This is not the place for that.
I should bring back that one joke. I used to have a line. I'm sure you've heard it, but where I'm like, do you think that happened in the old days, like in medieval times? A husband and his wife are just riding back from the castle, and the wife is just pouting, and the husband's like eating a turkey leg. Like, what's wrong? And she's like, I don't want to talk about it. He's like, no, what's wrong? We had a great day. And she's like, well, it's just that clown back there. That jester had some real misogynistic undertones. And you're like, oh, the guy with the funny hat juggling the pies? That's the guy you're mad at?
You took him seriously?
Yeah, we're all focusing on the wrong. People get mad at my Twitter. It's like, do you not see that it says comedian?
Here we go. It's a good one. Get close on. What's your go-to line to pick up women at a bar?
Oh, I'm the worst. I have no game that way. I scare women away all the time by just being playful. I always want to be silly.
His go-to line is, "Did you see me on stage earlier?"
I know, yeah. Yeah, it's like I don't think I have a line I even say, let alone a go-to line. Do you?
No, back when I was really running and gunning in the street, I wouldn't use a pickup line, but you just be really casual and say hello.
Sure.
One I would use at a bar, like at a busy bar, if I see a girl I liked, I'd like walk by her and be like, "Hey, you're cute. I'll come talk to you later," and then walk away, and then come to you like, "What the fuck was that?" But in a weird way, it's like you already put it in her head, like, "Oh,
yeah.
She expects you to come back."
Yeah.
So you have like a little weird rapport built after you come back in a half an hour after having a drink, whatever.
I guess the best line would just be go right up to the woman fearlessly and go, "Hi, I'm Jeff."
Yeah.
That's
all.
What's your name? And
ask her a question.
I thought you were very attractive. I thought I'd come say hi.
Yeah, what are you guys up to? What are you ladies up to tonight?
I just listened to this in a book, but so it's not my idea. That's the only reason I'm saying that. Is that the guy goes, all right, how many of you women, he's talking like at a seminar, think that a man should be man enough to come approach you at a bar or in public to flirt with you or to hit on you?
Yep.
And if they aren't man enough to do that, then they're not worthy of your time. And every woman raises their hand.
Of course.
He goes, all right, well, I just want to let you know, you're all wrong. It's up to the woman to engage. It doesn't mean you have to go up to the guy. It doesn't mean you have to be the one.
Show any
interest. But it's up to you to, like in the old days, drop a hanky. Like you would drop. That way he knows to approach.
Smile at him.
Something.
Yeah.
Catch his gaze. Yeah. Smile. Maybe, just look at him enough times that now he has to be man enough. The man should be man enough to approach you. But it is up to you to let them know there's some level of chance.
Yeah.
Like
you're not absolutely going to be horrified of him walking
right,
over.
Or like, yeah, exactly. It would be like, intimidating is to approach a girl with like her 5 or 6 friends.
Yeah, they're always in a group. They're all going to judge you.
Yeah, what if she has a boyfriend? What if she's just out with her girlfriends? Like, that's quite a presumption. However, if you like give him a smile, you give him a look, and he comes up, that's what the interaction should be for sure.
Open up, ladies. Be kind.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You're cute.
And then I guess the last question we got here. Ooh, got 2 good ones. Which one do I go with here? Let's go with this one, because I've asked you this before, but I wonder if it's changed. If you weren't a comic, what would you do?
I know my answer last time was wait tables. Also, dog walker would be good. And I don't want to pick anything similar to comedy. I don't want to say, like, I'd be an actor or something. No, all entertainment's gone.
You don't think you would have tried to, like, be in car sales or
I think I'd hate it.
Advertising, or you think it would have just been a hump? Like, you would have just been a labor guy.
I think I'd be good at, like, marketing. Like, as far as, like, coming up with campaigns for.
Could you go back to school, you think?
I'd be better at it now than ever. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But,
that you've grown up.
I don't know how I'd afford it. Go back to school. If I'm not a comic.
Fucking wealthy guy, single. I can't even. He's
I don't know how
in his 40s. He can't afford college.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd get.
That's how expensive it is.
If I don't have comedy,
how would I
afford school? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd be good at like marketing, like coming up with commercials. You know, like how are we gonna market this product, and then coming up with some creative campaign for that. But that's similar to joke writing.
Yeah.
Or entertainment.
Well, I actually knew a buddy of mine, Tamara Catan, funny comic. He actually moved. He's doing comedy in Portugal now, but he spent I think like 15 years in advertising, doing like a copywriter.
Oh yeah.
And he got into comedy at like 40.
Because it'd be easy too. You can even like steal people's jokes.
Oh my God! Yeah,
it happens all the time.
Yeah, hacks go work in comedy.
Yeah,
I'll go work in advertising agencies.
For sure,
big time.
And that's why commercials are not funny ever. Even the most creative ones are like just really random.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, Skittles, they're just being weird.
Yeah, just trying to be memorable.
Yeah, weird.
I do like that those progressive ones turning into your parents. That's a good little series.
That was a good, and then also the
Don't say Flo.
No, I think it's also progressive, but the things where it's like, did Abraham Lincoln tell a lie? You know, like those kind of things. They would do like those scenarios. It's the two guys and the guitars.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
but...
the Geico Gecko's a no-go.
Oh, fuck that gecko. That gecko sucks.
I'd fuck that gecko if I had a fucking animal.
I'd say, yeah, to kill it. That's the new answer.
I'd fuck the Geico Gecko to death.
Fuck that gecko till it's dead. Such a stupid little gecko. Wait, he hasn't been funny for 15 years. Why are we still doing it? Because gecko sounds like Geico? Real creative. What a dumb...
A 15-year-old wrote that.
It's a terrible reason. Nothing should be just because it sounds like Neon Dion was Deion Sanders' nickname. Doesn't make sense. Just rhymes.
Yeah. It's actually Black Dion. If you want
Yeah. What do you mean Neon? Primetime's his nickname.
Primetime's better,
Quit calling him Neon Dion. Or Fred McGriff. They called him the crime dog. Only because it sounded like Fred... Fred McGruff. That's the only reason.
Yeah, they used to do a lot more cartoon, like those PSAs out there.
Oh yeah,
remember those? The More You Know.
I don't see any PSAs anymore.
There should be more of them.
If there are, I don't see them.
We should make a series of PSAs for YouTube, just fake ones.
Oh, that'd be good.
That'd be great.
We could use a mascot costume.
Don't want to get your girlfriend pregnant? Fuck her in the ass. The more you know.
But it's like a kid. You're doing it like playfully. Don't forget to pull out, kids. It's like Jesus. Why is this hot dog talking like that?
I can't believe I just thought of that. We should do fake PSAs.
Yeah, that'd be great for TikTok.
All right, last question. What's the weirdest thing you ever received in a DM?
I get a ton of dudes in my DMs. I'll post like a photo of my feet as a joke. Like, here's for all you pervs, and I'll get like 100 messages.
Do they send you dickies?
No, I've gotten no dick pics, and that is not an invitation.
Yeah.
You'll get blocked. Because I put up with those messages. I'm not mad at those guys. You'll shoot your shot.
No.
But I am. If you send me your dick, I will be mad and I will block you. I don't want to see a dick.
Yeah, I will say I have had gay guys shoot at me, but they've never sent me.
Yeah, they're respectful.
Yeah.
It's always like, hey,
more respectful than you think on the DM.
Way more. Yeah. I've seen what straight guys send women, and it's terrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but all the gay guys that are in my DMs are nice enough guys. That they're not like wildly. If they're sexual, there's no pictures and shit. No. It has made me wonder how much money I could make on just my feet on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh,
Jeff's feet on OnlyFans.
Yeah, Jeff's nice feet.
Every day I just pour honey on it. Is this what? Is this what feet people like? Peanut butter?
You just rubbing your toes and like.
Yeah, I wonder. Would it affect my career? Would they be like, oh, this Jeff Dye guy's doing feet stuff. We can't put him on Fox.
I don't think so.
We can't put him on NBC.
No, because you can say it was a joke.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm not really doing that.
Gag.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, it's a fucking.
Yo, are you gonna pay the $30 a month to see? To see if it's a gag? I mean, I wonder. Because like OnlyFans, those girls are showing everything. They're doing all that stuff, and it's like if it's just my feet, I don't feel weird about that.
Yeah, not big into it. I had the weirdest thing I ever got is I had a trans person send me a picture of their asshole.
Yeah, that's aggressive.
Yeah, and what was weird about it is I couldn't, because I didn't follow them and they were private.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell if it was a trans man or trans woman because it was just an asshole.
Who knows? Yeah. Buttholes are non-binary.
Yeah, the non-binary butthole. Actually,
That's
it's kind of
great.
binary, in and out.
Yeah.
It's the very binary.
That's really funny. Yeah, who knows whose butthole it is?
It could have been anybody's.
Yeah, but everyone's got a shit.
Could have been what's his name from the fucking from the Pirates.
Oh yeah, we don't know. McCutcheon's butthole. That's gonna be the name of my OnlyFans. McCutcheon's butthole.
McCutcheon's butthole.
It's got a good ring to it.
All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for doing this, bud. But,
We love you. Thanks for having me, bud.
Jeff Dye Friendship Podcast.
Oh yeah, Jeff Dye's
Check
Friendship
that out.
Podcast. Just at Jeff Dye. I'm the easiest guy to find on the internet. My name's short, 7 letters, and my name is for each thing. So come find us. Come see us on the road. Come see me and Randy do some
we'll
jokes.
be back out doing it soon.
That's when we're at our finest.
That's right. And we'll be back next week, folks. Thanks for listening. We'll check you out next. Peace.